Hello everyone, and welcome back to Planet Crafter. Now, in the previous episode, we went and explored what I believe to be the rest of the facilities on this moon. And I did mention that I had to put down the fish farms and the amphibian farms. Now, I've gone and collected everything I need. Some of this stuff, like the eggs, I brought over with the planetary exchange rocket from the first planet. But I went and gathered the other stuff I need in order to build the farms so we can get some more life growing on this planet. Well, moon, I should say. I want to put the fish farms in the same spot that I put the algae grower, which I believe is down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I believe it's going to be 15 of these. So 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, yes. Now we can place the fish eggs in. This will jump up our numbers by a lot. Adding some actual living organisms other than the bees and the butterflies to this moon. They're just far enough apart. Oof, that simple jump doesn't do it. Ooh, if I do a running jump, it kind of works. Here we go. Alright, so we've got the fish growing. Now, I can just get back up here somehow. I can get up this, just hover up the side of this little cliff. There we go. And I guess technically we already had some fish slowly being added to the planet, or moon rather, because we have the tier 1 and tier 2 aquariums, but the fish farms do it a lot better. Here we are at the bio ledge amongst our massive space cedars. Alright. Where do I want to put down the amphibian farms? I'm just glad that these trees did not sprout up in the middle of any of the buildings I put down, like the ecosystem or the butterfly farms. Have I been up here yet? I know it's a bit of a ways away. I'm looking for a wide open, mostly flat area. Not too sure I like the curvature of this ground, but you know what would be really funny is to put down the amphibian farms in the amphibian dome that they had. Maybe this will work. Where is it? There it is. Kind of at a weird angle. Alright, I guess we'll do it this way. Now comes the hard part of actually lining them up so they look like they're actually in a formation. I still really wish that these things snapped together like the farms do. Why can't I see the edge that I'm looking for? It's just gonna have to go like that. I have a feeling a lot of these are just gonna end up looking really crooked, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I just want to get these down so I can get some frogs going. Yeah, I feel like that's really messed up. There is one mod out there that allows you to make a grid snapping for pretty much anything that you want to build. And in the past, I have used it to help me put these down. And it actually came out fairly nicely. The only problem is I already have a mod installed that lets me build anywhere. It's not always on, and I very seldom use it. That's 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, it was. I very seldom use it. It's mostly for, like, if I'm building something that's ever so slightly, like, levitating above the ground, but it's kind of against some rock. Like, say if I built the rocket launching platform against this rock side here, it wouldn't go perfectly either against the side of the mountain or along the ground, and I would use this mod to, once activated, place down additional foundations so it looks like it's actually, you know, built onto the land. That's the only thing I really use it for. Now we can place down our frogs. And the other mod that allows for the grid snapping of basically every buildable thing kind of uses the exact same hotkeys, and by default it's always active as the other one that I do use, so I just don't like to use it as much. If I really wanted to, I could just go in and alter the settings of the grid snapping mod, but I don't really care that much about it. On its own, with the grid snapping, it's a nice convenience tool for someone who's OCD like me, but really only in a handful of situations, like placing down these amphibian farms, which, let's be honest, I really only do once per planet. But there. Okay, we've got our fish and our frogs going. So, let's see how much time that took off on the next stage of the terraformation. So I think it was something like 8 hours in the beginning, then we got down to like maybe 3 or between 2 and 3 hours, but now we've got a little bit over an hour until we complete the stage Natural Life, which is pretty cool. And it has not been lost on me that the stages for this moon have been a little bit different than the stages on the first planet that we were on. I have noticed that. Instead of having separate insect and fish and amphibians and mammals, everything seems to be grouped together in this natural life stage. I wonder how much more we have to do for Oh, we are able to craft blazer quartz. That's pretty neat. At 1 TTI, so got about 300 GTI more to go. The Mega Dome. I am curious to look into this. And we'll be able to make the cedars. That's cool. That's very cool.
Sorry. Alright.
Alright. One thing that I do want to do, I want to try to fly around along the edges and see if there's any more of those. Where did we find that? Here's the spaceport. That's the spaceport. So it was over here that we found that bunker. It doesn't really show up at all. Okay, I want to just fly around and explore and see if there's any more. What's that? Oh, that's the teleport station. Those are the, pretty sure those are the amphibian farms we just put down. There's the tree spreaders. That, I think, is the ecosystem. The butterfly farms just don't show up on there. Alright. I'm going to go fly around the map, and I will see you guys if I find anything cool. Okay, guys, I'm back. I actually found something. And no, I don't mean just this blue box. Which apparently does have a lot of stuff in it. Oh, and as you can see, I did come across an area on the edge of the map that I had not previously explored, so I picked up some more minerals, but where are we? So, this was where we landed on our pod when we left Prime. This was the unfinished dome that I think was the first one we explored. So I started... I want to say I started here, flew all the way around here, which, honestly, there's a lot of just open space, and around maybe here, this area, I came across those giant cedar trees that we can see in the distance, so we can actually get to those areas. But the thing that found that I didn't know was here. I found another small base of the colonists. That's kind of just over the hill. That's, oh look, one of those little caves with a cache of supplies. I'm still picking stuff up. I don't know where from though. Yeah, this is the, it's like right above. There's a lot of stuff up there I didn't know about. Yeah, those are the area with the trees. It's right above. Oh, wow. Some boxes behind the unfinished dome that I didn't notice before. I need to check those out too. It's right above the unfinished dome. And there's this. I haven't looked into it yet. I just flew around the outside. I'm going to guess it's maybe a... let's just fly through here, make sure there's not another blue crate hiding. Nope. Maybe some... secondary minor research spot? I'm not sure. Let's go in and... oh, the doors are broken. Alright, there we go. Got more of the quartz. Maybe this is where they were studying the quartz that they found. Ooh, a locker. Too remarkable in there. Servers. Some test tubes. Nothing on the screen. Alright. Let's see what's in the other room. Guessing maybe they were hoping to grow something here. Oh, I bet I know what this is. I bet once we get the numbers up high enough and maybe some animals begin to spawn, I bet this is going to be a place where there's some animals. We might have to come back here and visit it at a later date. And that's just what it looks like to me. I could be completely wrong. But considering we just found some DNA genetic traits in that fridge, I'm leaning towards yes. Definitely, this is going to be an animal spot later on. I wonder if we set up camp and just hung out here once we got to the right terraformation number, if we'd see the animals just up here. But I think that's it for this place. It was just something I found while I was flying around the edge of the map. I wanted to show you guys. And I'm going to continue my exploration with the border. And I will see you guys again, either back at the base because I found nothing, or at anything else that I do come across. Alright. Okay, guys. So I had to fly back to the base because, as you can see, I've made some progress. I think I went from around here all the way around here, but when I last saw you guys, my backpack reached capacity pretty quickly, and then I noticed, hold on, I don't have my rover with me. It was still at the base. So I had to go all the way back to the base. I unloaded all my loot, grabbed the rover. I did go back to the unfinished dome and grabbed 2 boxes that I noticed from above. Then I came back, came all the way over here. I did find a couple of those little caves with the power cables inside them, and a few more blue crates. Nothing really interesting, but over here is interesting. In this corner of the map, once you get up here, it's kind of like how the ocean was on the first planet, where it's just nothing. This is like the edge of the play, but oh, and here's the evil fog, so we can't really go forth, but this is the very edge of the explorable moon area. And it's just cool that there's so much open space. And these, of course, are the big trees that we were seeing in the distance. It's just neat that you can actually get over to these areas. But the reason that I brought you guys back was because I stumbled upon this place. It's like another hidden dome up here in the mountains, right along the map's border. Yeah, I've got some room. That is a massive glass window. I like that. I wish I could build something like that. Oh, there's the door. Oh, what is this? Is like a house. Can I disassemble any of this stuff? No. Can't check the cupboards for anything. Oh, this? McCullough. I'm too cold. It's the end. Oh, this was after he stayed behind. Selenia, I love you with all my heart. Our project was the one I've dreamed of my whole life. If this project can't survive, I don't want to live either. I would die with it. On this planet, they gave me everything before taking it all away. I'm leaving for my last stroll on this beautiful moon. Oh, he didn't make it. I was actually really curious if we were going to come across any of his messages from after everybody else left. Can't collect that ivy, huh? Ooh, another one. What's this say? Yep, from him again. The cold intensifies. Everything around me is frozen. The blazer continues to absorb all the heat from this planet. I secretly hope to find a way to reverse the process, but nothing works. I feel kind of sad for this guy. He had the best intentions. Now I'm wondering if we could actually find his body somewhere on this moon. I wonder if that's a thing. I'll just unload some of my stuff here. Well, at least we know what happened to him now. I mean, it was kind of safe to guess before, but now we know for sure. Anyway, I'm going to continue exploring around the edge, and I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I've made it back to the bio ledge, which is pretty much where I started from, and I did not come across anything else of interest, other than a few patches of terrain that I had not previously flown over, so I picked up a lot of minerals. And I did actually try to use my rover for a good portion of the second half of the exploration, but I happened to hit a pothole or something, and the thing just inexplicably turned over on its side and got stuck, so I had to leave it there. But goodness, look at all the stuff we've got. I'm definitely gonna have to make some more rods after this video. I can't successfully say that I have officially explored all of this moon, unless there's something that's like in between the borders and the very middle. Like in this area, I haven't gone through all of this watery section yet, but I can't imagine there's something there. But if there is, I will find it and I will show you guys. But yeah, this moon isn't that big, and I'm pretty sure we've been everywhere there is to be. And we also got the frogs going and the fish going, so at this point, fairly certain it's really just a waiting game for the numbers to climb up and for this moon's terraformation to become complete. Then, who knows what else we can do. We saw from the solar system screen, there's, I think, there's 3 more places that we could end up going. So that could be very interesting. I'm just sorting through all the stuff I picked up while I was out and about, exploring the Selenea Borderlands, as I call it. I'm also curious to see how much time is left on the next stage of the terraformation. Oops, you don't go there. Trying to keep all of them. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make so many rods when I finish recording this for you guys. Something I did come across, and I forget if I did it while I was actually recording for you guys and just didn't notice it at the time. I don't think I got any genetic traits. Was some tier-free animal food, which I don't think I've seen before. It's tier 2, that's tier 1. I want to say it was when we were in the spaceport that I came across it. I didn't notice it until I was putting it away in my fridge. Yes, tier 3 animal food. Animals fed with this have an augmented production. 1000% animal multiplier. Tier 2 is only 500%. Tier 1 is 200%. It's only one of them, but I still was shocked to read that and be like, oh, that's new? Because when I picked it up, wherever I got it from, I just assumed it was this one. Should probably put up a, I could put up an auto crafter, just start making the wheat and the cocoa into actual chocolate and flour, and another one to make the high quality food, but I've got so much of the regular space food, I'm not going to need any of this for a while. Usually, that's what I go for, is the high quality space food, but like I said, I'm doing pretty good as is. I've only got about a half an hour left until we finish the natural life stage, or we get to the natural life. No, finish, yeah, because we've already got some larvae spawning all over the ground. I wonder if there's any frogs and fish spawning yet. I was really hoping that we would discover more interesting areas on that fly around the border, but I guess it was only those 2 spots that I hadn't yet found. I was really hoping I would find another procedurally generated bunker, but no such luck. I'm just going to go down here and see if there's anything under the water. No. Nothing except what's at the fish farms themselves. Alright. Maybe by the next video, the fish and the frogs will be spawning everywhere. We'll see. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this little exploratory video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment. I will see you all in the next one. I think we're getting pretty close to finishing this moon and blasting off for a whole new adventure someplace else. And I'm super excited about that. I hope you are too. Anyway, take care, everyone.